Greetings everyone, this is Tony Holowitz. In a previous tutorial, I talked about Act CRM alternatives. But part 2 to this is as follows. Sometimes you have to look at alternatives because something has changed, something has happened. Maybe your computer software updated, maybe you had a computer crash, maybe the way you work has changed. So you're looking at alternatives, even retirement, you're looking at alternatives. But having said that, one of the things that I urge you to do before you walk away from ACT is this. Take a look at the new features and some of the new options you have. One of the things that I see a lot of is when people reach out to me and say, I don't want to work with ACT because they only have the cloud version of ACT software available. And that's not the case. ACT Desktop is available. In fact, in a couple weeks, a new version is going to be coming out, version 27. So ACT constantly has, or to this date, has a desktop version. That is an option for you. So you don't have to use just the cloud. And again, a lot of times I have people say to me, I don't want to use ACT in the cloud. It's my only option. And that's not correct. Unfortunately, it's some bad information you're getting. Having said that, ACT does have a cloud version. And what's interesting about ACT today is you can actually have both versions for very little difference in price. Having said that, one of the things I would urge you to do is before you walk away from ACT, make sure you've worked ACT to death. In other words, make sure you're taking care of all the things and utilizing all the tools that ACT offers as of today. So there's some things you get with ACT. You get a mobile app. Setting that aside for a minute, what I think is the most impressive part about ACT software today, and the thing that can just make you money, is ACT Marketing Automation. ACT Marketing Automation allows you to send an email out to contacts in your database. I'm not going to get into the reports and the information you can derive from that right inside of ACT, but if you send out a simple email once a quarter, just a simple email saying, hey, I'm here, I exist, just a reminder, can I help you with anything? If you do something as simple as that, then ACT all of a sudden isn't a cost. It's at a profit center. And I think you have to think differently about ACT. So when we look at marketing automation over here, we have all kinds of options. Having noted that, other options are some of the additional features in ACT. And some of these additional features include online appointment scheduling. That's a great call to action to put in your emails to get people to book with you. When they book, those go right on your calendar. So it's a great way to interact with the people in your database. You also have interactive quotes, quoting software that when you create a quote, it also creates a sales opportunity. You have online surveys that when people fill them out, all that information comes right into their contact. The web lead forms, that allows you to put a form on your website or some kind of landing page where when people fill it out, all that information comes right into ACT. No inputting data. So the point being this, when you're an ACT software user, ACT Premium Cloud is a great tool and has constant weekly, I shouldn't say weekly, but monthly updates. Different times of the year, summer months, it backs off a little bit, but on average, they have at least one update every month where they're bringing new tools in. So this is my suggestion to you. Before you walk away from ACT, before you look at alternatives, make sure you have worked it to death. You've worked it like crazy to make sure you're getting the most out of the software so that all of a sudden the discussion isn't, hey, that's too expensive, or I need an alternative. The discussion is, wow, I wish they had this before, and I'm glad I learned how to utilize this. And as always, I offer these training videos. I offer one-on-one training and group training. I can create videos for you for your company just like this one. So make sure you work the heck out of ACT. Okay, my friends, my name is Tony Holowitz. Thank you very much. You have a great day. Bye now.